the Pog Championship.
Well, hello gamers. We have quite the interesting race for you guys tonight. This is winners finals of Mystery Pogchamp Season 10. I'm Dante, and we've got Clear Mouse here. How you doing, Clear Mouse?
Yo, Dante. No, doing great. Wonderful evening. I already see starting flute for both Zelga and Tiso.
I do too.
I can only imagine. I think in the words of Zelga, call it a hunch. Maybe we're gonna get Insanity entrance. Maybe.
I'm like 99% sure we are, because I believe that it's kind of become a thing for quite some time now that if we have starting flute, it means that you get Insanity entrance. 100% guaranteed.
That's right. Somewhat ironic in that this is like one of the only like sure things, I guess, in mystery, like a mystery Pogchamp ways, is that if you see something, you unlike anything else, it's like a complete random grab bag of sorts of what you never know what you're going to get. And is it better or worse that if you know you're going to get something, it's going to be Insanity? We're going to find out.
We're going to find out together. We're going to find out if we're going to hate everything or love everything.
That's right.
We are waiting for one more runner to ready up as they wish each other good luck, have fun. They should be getting rolling here in just a second. Believe it or not, we're starting this on time. I can't believe it.
On time.
Actually happening.
Zelga and Tiso, I mean, they're actually probably two of the most reliable people who've actually manages to start things on time. So I'm very glad to see in this case that we're going to be off and ready. And honestly, like if we're going to do Insanity entrance, probably for the better that we get started on the sooner side.
Yeah, definitely going to need to get going. We all have bedtimes, and
That's right. I mean,
the runners do
about
too.
1 hour and 15 minutes from now. That's right.
I mean, who knows? This could be zero fast. You never know. It could be.
That's true.
Could be amazing.
Okay. We have so we are going to start at our house. Looks like. I don't know what the strategy is for Insanity. If there are people who have openers, I don't know if Insanity's been played often enough for people to have, I guess, like more or less openings. I know that it was on one whole season of Ladder, but other than that, I'm not really sure in this case how much people have actually played. Maybe get a sense of like meta. All right, so we, as confirmed on Tiso's side, it is in fact Insanity. We don't. I guess the flute's not activated.
No, it's activated. They don't have to. Like, if I remember right, they don't have to do this. So. Free time for Zelga here, if you want to call it that.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Because yeah, I actually did think that we had the flute was actually. Thank you.
Shout out to Zelga's chat. I love you all. I was hoping someone would do this at least once.
Oh my gosh, yes. Shout out to Zelga also for leaving this thing on. Normally he kind of turns these things off for restreams, but you know what? In fact, I believe this is a feature for restream. Not everyone gets to be as blessed as we are for even having this allowed on his stream.
It's true. It's absolutely true. But we will, just in case, I have a fun idea. Fun idea.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm watching.
Well, you just entertain people with the runners, and I will get this squared
All right,
away.
Sounds good. Okay. So while that we did see that absolutely zero shenanigans have happened, while we got a really good look at Zelga's map tracker, he did magically, I guess, get some bombs, which honestly I think Tiso could actually use one or two or any as he made his way through Tomorrow Cave, which at least is at least pretty survivable in this case.
Yeah, it would be nice to have those for sure.
All right, Magno says the tier 1 tree pull is bombs. Good to know. And honestly, for Insanity insurance, to be able in order to get sort of resources, it's definitely more to your benefit, because you really don't know when you're going to come across anything like that. So, Link's house, I think Backup Tavern, I think is another very stable interest. Other than that, yeah, I don't know how much more certainty or surety we're going to get in Insanity insurance, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely not certainty. It's not sword certainty. Unfortunately, that would be nice. I reached deep for that one. I apologize already for that, but we had to try.
Well, you do actually bring up a good point. The fact that we do not know whether or not, the only thing right now we do know is that it is Insanity entrance, because we've seen and Zelga go through entrances multiple times, the same ones, and then end up in different locations, which is, ironically, the opposite definition of Insanity. However, but we do not know the other settings because this is mystery. It could be swordless. It could be hard mode. It could be. It doesn't look like we have any enemy enemizer yet, but we also don't know about boss shuffle. Yeah, so we could still get in fun with quite some shenanigans. Oh, nice 10-pack here on Tiso's side.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely could be some really crazy shenanigans. We'll call it. Using the term loosely here, obviously.
That's right. All right. Well, speaking of though, so one of the things that we always really like to see, at least makes me feel a little bit better, is that we do have more dungeons. Unfortunately or fortunately, we did come into pod. Maybe makes the bomb pickup that Tiso found, the 10-pack, just a touch slightly less valuable because pod is a very good bomb source. More often than not, you're happy to be here, but unfortunately, we are here with 0 keys. Now that being said, it does not actually look like we have vanilla small keys as of yet. However, it still could be because we've only seen shooter room. So it could just be still vanilla small keys. However, in this case, we're not going to be able to find out anymore because I don't think Tiso mimic clips, or if he does, he's definitely choosing not to here. I
mean, it could be beatable only. We've seen that.
Really? Have we seen beatable only recently, Dante?
we have.
Okay, all right.
I don't know who saw it, but someone has.
That was, man, if it weren't such a clear-cut case of beatable only, honestly, sometimes beatable only can kind of sneak up in you, on you, right? Because you're just like, oh yeah, well, I never found this item, maybe it's beatable, but turns out sometimes it can definitely give you a very hard look in the face. That was Dante versus Solski. Very interesting, actually very exciting scene that actually happened yesterday, and Dante's moving on to face Andy sometime, TBD.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit.
That's fine. You know what? You talk about, so Zelga and Tiso will be eventually facing someone down there in the losers bracket, and I think they're probably 5 races ahead at this point. So you've got some time.
We got some time, yeah. As we continue to go through all of our many entrances. It is important for these guys to remember, a lot of times you see something like in Insanity, you'll pop out, you'll see Spiral Cave, and you're like, oh, I need to go through this. And then, both of these people are very seasoned runners. So I think they're okay with this. But the biggest pitfall I see people do is say, oh, I'm going to go through this and get that item. And they never come back to walk out of the top of Spiral Cave because that seems to be the biggest pitfall entrance, because it's instantly, okay, well, let's go get the item. But maybe you have to watch whenever that shows up for them, see if they have that pitfall themselves, or if they're smart.
I mean, you'd actually talk about that, Insanity, and I think both Zelga and Tiso both have the Insanity Survivor flair, which means that this is not their first rodeo. It might be, their second or third for that matter. I mean, but one of the biggest things that, as you mentioned, is that you really have to be kind of on top of your bookkeeping, right? And because I mean, we've already kind of seen, the perils of mistracking just in a regular entrance seat, right? Maybe you miss an entrance, maybe you mismark something, maybe you forgot where something was and you didn't end up getting it right. I don't, it's already difficult to come back from that. It's even worse to be able to recover if you end up making a mistake in Insanity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you mentioned this isn't their first rodeo, and I mean, the good news is it probably won't even be their last, because
that's very true.
It doesn't matter, even if one of them loses, they're still in it, and I guarantee you, knowing the way Sahabot is, we'll probably get another Insanity entrance. So
yeah, that's true. All right, we're seeing in this case Tiso and Zelga. Little ahead of myself, trying to do the easiest room of the game. It is not maybe as easy as Matt initially made it out to be, but however, both of them got back here pretty well. They survived. Looks like Tiso was unfortunately trying to get the big magic pot back here, but unfortunately I think the sprite got despawned. Zelga here is a bit more fortunate to be able to at least kill something before he ended up picking up this pot. And I think we ended to see small keys are wild. At least Zelga picked up a TR small key. I think there was another one back here on Tiso's side that I must have missed earlier. GT small key, that's right.
Well, we have some Dark World access. I saw that, Tiso was on the mountain on the TR Bridge, both of them now, actually here in Village of Outcast. I'll be honest, like I doubt you are too, but I'm totally not keeping up with the entrances and where they go.
Yeah, I'm placing my full confidence in Zelga and Tiso's tracking skills. By the way, speaking of, Tiso has stumbled upon Eastern Palace. Okay, Dan, do you think that Zelga's going to go into Eastern Palace?
Probably not. However, that's a cross keys reference, whether or not he's going to do it. So I don't know. He may do it here. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's thinking.
Here we go. He's thinking. Oh, amazing. You know what? It's not quite Zelga DEP when he, walks straight in, literally walks straight out, immediately, quickly. We're in bunny form, and so, Will was very kind enough to provide us the correct emote, for the situation. In that, I guess it is acceptable to go into Eastern Palace, even if you're Zelga, if you bunny revive first, because it's not really Zelga that's going in, right? It's like alternate. It's like Zelga's alt.
Yeah, so we have a question in chat. Is Bunny Walk in logic here in Insanity? I mean, the answer is yes, in a way, because, you can walk into an entrance, and then when you walk out, that could be the intended way to go there. However, logically, them reviving themselves to do this said dungeon right now is not in logic. So the potential of connector chains walking in and out could be in logic. This is not. All right, so this is why we added everything. I appreciate whoever's in Zelga's stream.
Amazing.
Helping us out here by doing the swap with his channel points, and this is why we added the map tracker as well for his player cam, because now if you swap it, we'll at least keep it on the screen. So this makes restreams fun.
Beautiful. Yes. Yeah, I mean, just take a look at this. The very. You know what? Who is in charge of making Zelga's emote? We're gonna see Zelga D Copium 6 very shortly. Right now it's on 5, but that is where Zelga's gonna end up with a nice, pretty 2 on the number of items left in Eastern Palace. It is gonna be glorious. The amount of mental damage that Zelga's gonna go through for the rest of the game. You know what? That is not my problem. Hopefully Zelga's, Zelga's a strong player. I'm sure he can probably, endure it for winners finals at this point. By the way, and also do appreciate, maybe, it makes Zelga feels a little bit better, just because we did have the game feed swap while he was in Eastern, which means that's like 30 more seconds that he probably wasn't Eastern.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, Tiso gonna finish this up, gets a key to Skull Woods. So.
Yeah, I also saw on his side a small pot key, which is gonna be pretty nice considering Tiso already knows where pot is, and one key always really nice, just because you can at least get to the front. Now we don't have a bow quite yet. It doesn't look as Genemizer. So, speaking of, we literally just popped through a GT entrance, 5 crystals to enter. Good on. I mean, you mentioned before this is winners finals, so this guy's been here for many a race at this point. They still remember to go to read the sign outside of GT. Tiso also's got some good inverted experience here to get it through. Oh my God, get through these Lionels.
Yeah, the Lionels here are just going to be a huge mess. Getting tongue-tied, but shout outs to Lana Bean. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody.
Yo,
another mystery Pog championship race.
Oh yeah. No, this is great.
You guys.
I'm actually really glad to see Tiso here, like so late here in the well, I guess in the bracket. We got some really nice Portuguese representation here, and I don't know how many people, I guess, like Tiso would consider Tiso to be. I mean, well, this Mystery and Brando are always going to be, pretty unpredictable. But really glad in this case that I don't know if Tiso would be, I get considered to be, maybe one considered to be like favorites here. But he went on absolute tear, throughout, and he's here in winners finals. So this is like amazing.
he's definitely, so he is a runner in my mind. A while back was very great at this game. Kind of caught me off guard, back in 2020, back in the SGL online days, absolutely destroyed me. And then, I think he took a little bit of a break, but came back even stronger. I wasn't really sure, how when I faced, Tiso in the winner's side, I wasn't really sure how strong, his doors experience was. However, doing very well in this tournament with even with doors, all the crazy settings, just kind of proves how versatile he is as a player.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, certainly he is very active in the Portuguese community as well, running a lot of streams. Actually saw a lot of things happening there, and yeah, he's definitely spent some time here, at least like coming back to the game. And doing well in Insanity. There is, yes, an absolute method to the madness. We are suddenly very rich on Tiso's side. 2 300s back to back, kind of nice to see.
You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it.
All right, well, so Zelga, a little bit more, well, we'll see in this case how much better sequenced fighting pod is. Sometimes it is all about coming to pod at the right time with the right number of keys. We did forget the one in Eastern Palace. I'm sure Zelga in his chat, like on his mic, is just exalting, the fact that thankfully, we went to Eastern Palace to go get that pod small key. I mean, I'm sure he was just so thankful, that we have it. Singing the praises of Eastern Palace that we can't hear because we don't have his mic.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Nice rupee count on Zelga's side as well. I don't know how we, mention he just never ceases to amaze me.
Well, there's a small key to Hyrule Castle, so
interesting. Yes.
Now, have we? I guess we've determined this is not pot shuffle as far as keys go, like key pot shuffle. We know it's not full pot shuffle, but have I missed this at all? But have we determined if this by chance could be enemy like drop shuffle as far as the keys, like enemy key drop shuffle, I think is the correct term.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually come across an enemy that has a key yet, but yeah, we should definitely be on the lookout. If we maybe ever get into like Ice Palace, right? Well, we don't have anything basically to get us in there, but there's a barrier that drops there. They're pretty early. If we find our Hyrule Castle entrance, for the map guard, that's also a very surefire way to see in this case if we're gonna have enemy drop shuffle. Yeah, I don't think we know yet.
All right, well, Zelga showing us the slow boy mimic clip. However, he's doing a pretty good job here. He needs about 3 more pixels, I think. Doing a good job here with the pause buffer, hence why I called it the slow boy instead of, but he gets it done. That's actually, I gotta say, very fast for a pause or select buffer.
Yeah. Not oftentimes you also get to see the mimic kind of clip down, but I mean, yeah, Zelga knows what he's doing. So with the one small key, oh my gosh, dude, what a payoff.
Amazing.
Well, we have one form of playableness, actually so much more
Shady Force, where are you at? Shady? Yeah, Shady got we got Shady's item. That's what we want. Skelly, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, guys. Guys, if you like Skelebro, for those of you who just got here, if you like him, he's going to be on this channel here tomorrow, unless something comes up at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Him versus Willard J. Bradley, going to be a great race in the losers bracket side of this same tournament. So make sure you ring that bell. Be ready for that.
Yeah, I did hear that Skelly or Willard is also going to face, I think, the winner of either you or Andy, right? That's the other matchup on the other side of the bracket.
I think we have to check. I think me or Andy have to get through wall kicks too. So.
Oh right, that's right. Wall kicks there too. Yeah, it's a pretty stacked losers bracket. Just well, this entire bracket is really stacked.
Yeah, at this point it's always stacked. But so Zelka getting a nice pod small in pod, and then also getting the Hera big. I'm assuming that is 3 key locked. So
Yeah, his tracker also says 3 pod keys, so he must have found another pod small key in pod. Because I think we only found 1 out there in the wild, right? Good old pod.
Yeah. All right, I'm being reminded it's 4 key locked. I just always come back here. If I got 2 keys, I'm doing it. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, I think true to also a lot of entrance runners. If you have a small key, like just open the front door. Don't try and I don't know how many times you're gonna mimic, go through the Bollock side. I mean, some people absolutely flat out refuse to do triple mimics, but I mean, like honestly, with how many times we might be visiting this dungeon, we might be doing like quadruple mimics or like quintuple mimics or something like that. So yeah, just
true.
Front door, come back with another key, or just expect pod to give you 2 or 3 or 10 items that you need for this dungeon. East Dark World conceals only a small key to see. Okay, take your hints, at your own peril, risk, benefit, whatever. I don't know what that hint means. If it's like the actual area, if it already accounts for the entrances that are in that area, like if it's, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Ooh, okay. Near potions. Do you have tier big? Maybe not.
I don't know. We do not, but we do have another small key to Skull Woods. You love to see it.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of Skullwood small keys. I mean, all of this is very much, at least for Pod, pretty out of logic. We do need a couple extra more, Pod small keys. But I think Tiso also found another small key to Skullwoods out in the wild as well, maybe? Yeah, but I certainly, like, we've gotten something a lot more Skullwoods. But as you mentioned, before, there could still be some enemy drop somewhere. We're gonna have to see. We haven't found the back of Skull. Oh no, Tiso's found the back of Skull. Oh, Dante, look what's not on the floor of Ice Palace.
I see. There is no Vombos medallion in the entryway.
Unfortunate.
So, to everyone's happy except me, because that means we're gonna have swords.
Well, if you're not happy, that means
my brain's not working.
Happy, okay.
Yeah, everyone but me.
That's well. I mean, I think Zelga and Tiso are probably happier to see, or at least okay. We don't know about Zelga because Zelga doesn't know if it's swordless or not. So, but Tiso, I think he's probably happy. That he will eventually come up with a sword.
Real talk, the person who is probably happiest it is not swordless once he finds out is going to be Zelga, since we did watch Tiso do. I feel completely demoralized as he did. Hammer Silverless Ganon against me.
You are absolutely correct. Oh my gosh, dude, I totally forgot about that. You are absolutely correct. Holy, what a gamer. I cannot believe that. And I mean, I think he also recognizes that it is also like one of the hardest things like ever to do, in this game. But then he's just like, oh yeah, no, I can do it. No, he even has timings down, like visuals, in order to try and get those hammerless hits in. And he was super consistent too.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, that is just like insane skill. Honestly, so you talk about maybe taking a little break and coming back even stronger than ever. Like, holy cow!
Most definitely. All right, so just a map there on the torch. It's funny. We got starting flute and we got pseudo boots, but we don't have starting boots in this mode. Okay, so that's both sides now we've seen of Hookshot Cave. At least how to get in there. Do I remember where they are? I sure don't.
We are definitely going to find out another time when we come back with that hook shot. Yeah, you mentioned no starting boots. I'm glad to see that both Zelga and Tiso remembered straight off the bat that yes, the A button does work. We don't gotta, pump everywhere for at least the first, like whatever 20 minutes. Maybe at least for Insanity Entrance, it's more of a reminder, that yes, like we do get some movement at the very beginning. Zelga, I think, has been pretty notorious the entire tournament that 5 minutes is probably an underestimate for when he actually ends up remembering that he has pseudo boots. Looks like though Tiso, another skill in his arsenal, also going to try and mimic clip out.
Oh yeah, kind of getting some pod keys, little incentive to come over here, and is going to do so. We'll see how long it takes him to do this. Now see, be careful here, Zelga. Be careful. You need to walk in that, unless you've already done it.
We have no idea what Zelga has done. Maybe he'll come back for it if he's just kind of here. Although, with Insanity Entrance, like it just seems like whenever you drop down, it's gonna take you to a whole nother part of the world. It's not like you just kind of drop down here. The exit to this is not going to be guaranteed to be, in this case, like the exit of Hyrule Castle. Nice job, Tiso.
Yeah, solid work. Do you have the well here? I'm not sure if we saw this on So's side, but maybe.
I don't think so either. So this might be new. I mean, I don't think we've also seen Ganon yet either, for what it's worth. So that's still on lookout. However, we don't know if it's a Ganon goal, defeat Ganon goal yet. If it's crystals, we also don't know if it's a pet goal. All we know so far is that it is not swordless. That being said, if it's like a pet goal, we still might not get a sword, of all things. But we're gonna have to end up seeing and find out. Okay, so no Pearl yet, but Zelga is going to make his way up into Skull Woods, which is a very, very popular place to come here, regardless of whether or not you have the Pearl. Just because you have so many entrances that you can go into, so many things you can drop down to, and honestly, you're probably coming here at least like 10 more times because, well, again, once you drop in somewhere, it's not going to be you're probably going to be transported somewhere completely different.
Tiso pulling a Pearl.
My gosh. All right, that's definitely big. Zelga got the mirror early. I'm not sure how much he used it, but Tiso definitely has a good advantage there
Absolutely huge.
Wow.
I mean, in most entrance modes, it's like, okay, we're going to get that eventually. In Insanity,
I have no idea when you're supposed to get things in Insanity.
It's not always a given. So, I did not see where Tiso dropped down, but we
are going to find
Zelga
out one by one. Yeah, that's true. And Zelga had been over here to the Ice Rock Cave area, but I think that was in some other entrance. Depending on this case, when Zelga kind of retraces Tiso's steps, it might be a while. Now that being said, though, while the Pearl does afford Tiso like extreme efficiency and actually a lot more access, Zelga, he can still do a lot as a bunny. In this case, he's got the mirror, and he can still bunny ride for a lot of things. I did not catch what was in Left Side Swamp.
Left Side Swamp is some money and the big key to Skullwood. So a full on, good luck, have fun.
Yeah. That's not very pleasant.
Okay, so we're getting confirmation in chat that it was a fairy drop down to find that magic bat to sprinkle said magic powder and spritz to get our moon pearl.
Very seasoned. Oh, was it the useless fairy drop down?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe he didn't have powder then the first time that he was there.
Someone shift everything in Zelga's stream for us, and then we can maybe get a bigger view of the map tracker. See, because Shady says he has bat tracked. I am looking over on the other monitor, and he indeed does. But
all right,
we need to show chat. That's the
I have spent 10,000 channel points on Zelga's channel. Hopefully, it will show up as the right swap.
It did. Okay, so if you look really closely, you can see that there is a blue square, a blue diamond, over where it says bat, in that useless fairy area. So thank you, Clear Mouse, for your sacrifice of 10,000 points to help us make this a high quality restream.
This looks amazing. I'm so glad that we can actually now. Yes, it even says magic. Oh wow, that was a gigantic duck tracker.
It is, but we can see that Zelga is still going in and out of some entrances back to our regularly scheduled programming. And this is good because even if you enter one of these item caves, Zelga has done, you're going to come out where you went in. So he is going to be able to super bunny this. So is this going to be any value? It is not, although on 5 hearts, green mill, pieces of heart, I'd say they're kind of valuable.
Yeah. In this case, he also doesn't have to, a part of also the value is even though you didn't necessarily get anything from the item itself, in this case was heart piece and 10 arrows, you don't have to come back, for this thing. That's kind of one of the dangers, obviously, of bunny walking, not even necessarily in Insanity, is that sometimes you stumble upon places that you're just like, oh man, I gotta come back, to this thing, and then, kind of cuts down on your efficiency.
Absolutely.
We get half magic here. That's pretty nice. We do have a cape.
Right, so 3 vitals in Northwest Dark World, I think that's what that said.
Okay, cool. You think by now I would actually learn what a vital item is? I still do not know. We're just going to find out how many vital important items there are. Yeah, hints are on. Some of them have been better than others. Gamble game. Zelga is deciding that he does not need any extra cash. I believe that it is confirmed, at least on Tiso's side, that it's not shop sanity, just a regular shop in Paradox. So we can probably just mark that off. But I think we did stumble upon Curiosity Shop as well.
Clear Mouse, did you say gamble game?
Yeah, but Zelga. Oh, I think he was a bunny, right? So he could give up, he could pay the gamble game fee, but I don't think he can open the chest.
Well, the reason I asked, we want to do the gamble game. So 5 minutes for you guys. Who's going to get a crystal first? Who will get a crystal first? Get your channel points ready. Between Zulga and Tiso, who will get a crystal, not a dungeon, but a crystal specifically first?
You don't even have to be a bunny to participate. All forms, you know, a bunny or regular, you know, are allowed in this case to partake. Just needs, you know, in this case, a handful of channel points. That's one of the reasons why we continue to watch. Ooh, okay, so this is Mimic Cave. We have no hammer.
No hammer, but we do have entry into Skullwoods here, and we do have quite a few small keys. So we're actually going to be able to check most of this on Zelga's side.
Yeah, super convenient.
Same thing for So if he goes in.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be also, we're going to see in this case, like, the objective efficiency of having the pearl. You kind of, I mean, Zelda, he's not on a lot of hearts, obviously, right? So death warping or taking anything like that, bunny reviving isn't going to be that too bad, but, you know, Tiso's not going to have to do that either. And of course, in this case, as your regular form, Tiso can actually dash, you know, with the boots instead of just walking. Just little things, right? Didn't know to have the pro. You know, again, like, it's just Zelga's gonna lose out a little bit of time, which obviously, you know, for the race purposes, you do in fact want to finish before your opponent. I did hear that is one of the prime directives, I guess, of, you know, winning races, as you could dot down before your opponent. But however, we're gonna try to get our goal read here, Dancy. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, this is gonna be our goal check. Do appreciate Dataplet with the resub and Gaiden with the resub as well. You guys are great. Thank you so much for the support. You need to get to the pedestal.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, us as viewers, we've got the knowledge. Dante, do you think there will be a sword in our future, in our runners' futures?
This honestly, like, real talk, depending on what our dungeon prizes are, we could never see a sword. We genuinely could never see a sword. Thank you, Sigma, for pinning the new settings that we know.
Amazing. All right, so Tiso, for what it's worth, he has not been over to the pedestal. Pedestal.
He hasn't. He hasn't.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, you're right.
You're
That's
not wrong.
Yes, you're right. That's a technically correct statement. He has not been to the pyramid, is what I wanted to say. So he does not know about the goal. Yes, but he does. He has stumbled upon ice pallets. I do not believe that I saw a P or C in the upper left-hand corner. Although I also I wasn't explicitly looking for it, so we don't actually know if Ice Palace is a pendant crystal. But that being said, though, we still don't necessarily know if we need a sword. We could still find the fire rod to get in. The sword is not required if we have the fire rod, because you still can do hammer cold stare. And I guess we don't know if it's Enemizer yet, right? I mean, it could be, you know, hammer Argus, or sorry, cold stare Argus dungeon item, the dungeon boss there. Now, I think for what it's worth, yeah, Zelga was actually over by the pedestal in Light World. I think he's doing some like mirroring stuff to try and check some entrances. He does not have the book, so he does not also not. Like, I think if he had the book, he probably would have checked to see in that case if it was a pet goal. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, again, you know, we talked about the pearl. There's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. You know, you could
always a chance. Yeah.
Pearless too, you know, no sword, no pearl, no problem. You know, we don't require those here, especially the swords.
That's right. But yeah, you know, I think today though, regardless of whether or not we are going to find a sword, we are unfortunately not going to see Tiso's, I guess, like hammer, silverless, you know, skill here being put on display. For multiple reasons. One is that we're going to have a sword, so that means we actually have to go find some number of swords if we were the Ganon goal, but in this case it's a pet goal, so Ganon is absolutely invincible. So regardless of how good Tiso is, he's not going to be able to beat Ganon. Yeah, actually, and speaking of pearls too, there was actually, so I don't know if it's like every Krosky's like, racer's dream to maybe get at least like one pearless seed, in their, in their career. Zelga, I think I came pretty close. There was one seed in ladder where he was like pearless for, I don't know, like 2 hours or something. He ended up finding the pearl, and then he hard reset because he's like, maybe I can still do it without the pearl, and then he had to begrudgingly go back for it because he was absolutely out. Pearl less luck.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's like one of those weird flex but okay moments, and I totally get it, and I'm here for it in most cases. All right, so Zelga finding other end of Pogchamp Cave. Meanwhile, Dark Shopping Mall found by Tiso. No flips here for Zelga. Gonna have to bail. All right, so what do you do here? No glove, you can't go back in. We're going to choose door number left, and we're going to be able to also choose door number right, since we did left first, and we can go. Oh, this is huge.
Yeah, that's so good. On
Five entire items. So wait, do we have? I'm hearing in chat Bo and GT. Did we miss?
Yes.
Did we miss a hint? Okay.
Oh, that was an Ice Palace hint. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually one of the benefits of having a pearl, because I think this when Tiso came in here, it was Dark Shopping Mall, right? And so if you come here as a bunny, I don't think you can actually do all of this. So
you can't. You could super bunny into the bottom, but you can't open this back one. So will this back one be of any value? Depends on who you are. I'd say that they're getting to the comfy amount of hearts between these seasoned runners. So
that's right. Yeah, we're winners finals. A season 10 of Mystery Pogchamp. Yeah, 6 hearts, 2 net hearts. That's comfy for people. Absolutely. I'm scared. I don't like the screen with crabs, Dancy. Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of problems. But neither one of these people use the pug spray, and I think the crabs will be okay. For Tiso and Zelga should he go over there. Small key here to GT.
Yeah, these heart pieces, by the way, actually, really, I mean, I think Tiso found, 3 of them or something, back to back to back, got a really nice heart refill out of it. Yeah, suddenly we're super comfortable, dude. Talk about 6 hearts, we got 7.
7?
7 hearts.
You'd love to see it.
Two closer, 2 more to 9. Speaking of, we still don't have a lamp. We don't have a fire source. We can't see anywhere that I don't think we've actually really been in dark rooms though, for what it's worth. Except the one Eastern.
Yeah, we did go to a little bit of pod for Zelga. Tiso did not go to the back.
Good point.
So missing out on that Hera big. But well, that's an interesting place to pop out. So here we go back in. There's a dark room. You talked about those.
Yeah.
Which one is it though?
Old man rescue? Is this the back? Is this the front? I have no idea. Zelga
doesn't know
like
either.
He knows. Oh, okay. I feel like there's some cue that either sound or feel or something that was not the old man, because we didn't see one. We didn't see him pick up anybody.
I mean, if it was, he was lost. But I think Zelga knows how the Tetris shape works, so I think he'd have been fine. This is going to be a mountain play here. I think this is new info. Tower of Hera map showing up for Zelga. We're going to be able to go into said Tower of Hera, but we've got the back of TR for Tiso. Some bombs on both chests at the same time. Some bomb sinkage, if you will. More bombs, actually.
If only Tiso had gotten a heart piece out of it, would have been a really nice sink there. All right, well, that's our third small key to Skull Woods.
Indeed. So a connector here, I like Zelga's. I really like the decision to go out, because now we've found how to get up here, and we get a Bombos medallion. So strong fire acquired, however, cannot use it. No sword at this point in time. And also, chef's kiss. The going back in, not falling prey to a normal like cross key style thing where it's like, I came out of this, I never need to go back in it. Definitely went back in, and you love to see it. Gets a hint for it, but Well,
it looks like actually it's pretty. I mean, if it says the Mire area is foolish, again, I'm not sure. Maybe it just refers to like the Mire area, like in that there are no like items over there. I don't know how valuable the connectors are, but I mean, it could actually still be pretty useful. And I think Zelga does know in this case that it is in fact not swordless, because he just stumbled upon Ice Palace, did not see the Bombos medallion there, so he knows that he will eventually be able to. Well, he has at least there's a non-negative chance that he could in fact use the Bombos medallion.
It's possible. It's possible.
That's right.
It's like, are you sure about that? But Zelga gonna do this chest back here. Gonna be Piece of Heart. All right, so into Eastern Palace and back out. That's gonna pop us out back here. We've been here before, I believe. Tiso gonna try and mirror.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got some mirror bonking woes. Unfortunately, you know, the doors are they're pretty sturdy. You know, even though they do kind of swing like in and out. I guess if you come in from another dimension, it doesn't quite work. Ooh. I think this is our first Hyrule Castle interest.
Yeah, it is.
He's thinking.
So that's another thing to consider. I want to say that was also back of Pod. It could be maybe a different dungeon. Needless to say, Zelga has that Hyrule Castle small, and I think it was lamp locked, if I'm remembering correctly.
The back of Pod, right? Is that where it was?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just to kind of explain, we had a question in chat about, you know, what's Insanity Entrance? How does this work? You know, a lot of times we just don't know. Luckily, the way the settings in this mystery tournament work, we start with a flute, thankfully, so we can kind of get around faster. But when you walk in a door, if it is a single item cave, as we see on Zelga's side, when you walk back out, you will be in the same place. However, if it is a dungeon, a connector, or a multi-entrance cave, as it were, then you will come out somewhere else that's kind of randomized. And then you have to remember the chain, because that will always be the same. And, you know, anytime you need to follow that chain again, you can write those down and remember. And yeah, it's chaos. It's insanity.
It is. And we're all here for it. And yeah, and I think the other one that is like the drop down and like your exits are also decoupled. So like just because you drop into somewhere, you know, in Skull Woods, does not mean you're going to get a Skull Woods drop down, right? You could in fact be somewhere else. You drop down into what is it, like the secret passage location? You are not guaranteed to come out of the uncle entrance.
All right, so everyone, as this, you know, the submissions have been closed for a little bit on the Gamba game. A lot of people picking Tiso here, 36,000 points versus 21,000 for Zelga to get the first crystal. You know, if we never get a crystal somehow, we'll just delete. You know, everybody gets their money back. But
that's fine. But I do think though, Tiso is probably in the lead. You know, as in like he's more favored in order to beat a crystal, because right now he has not stumbled upon the goal. So I mean, I think it's a very reasonable assumption, you know, to say that it is going to be some sort of crystal goal, you know, until proven otherwise, right? And you're going to see a dungeon if you can beat it. You know, all the more power to you. I don't think we actually have the power to beat any dungeon that we come across. You know, we both, Zelda especially, you know, begrudgingly has gone into Eastern Palace, but we don't have the Eastern Palace big key, a full key sanity, you know, and we don't have a bow. Although
we got a hint here though. Okay, so East Darkworld only has the small key to Turtle Rock. I don't know if Zelga's gotten said small key, but that's actually really good info. Like, you know, Tiso gonna be playing around here, East Darkworld. That means that I think, if I know this right,
yeah, does this mean that there's only a TR small in here?
Well, I mean, it could be not even be in here, but like we aren't going to get progression, as far as I understand, from this dungeon since it showed up in East Darkworld.
All right, okay. Well, we're gonna see in this case, you know, so Tiso can't go farther than the 4 chests.
Okay.
Exclusive.
So
okay, well, you know what? Yeah, so that's. Well, is it still considered progression if it's not required?
No, so yes, 2 very excellent runners in chat, Jim and Shady Force. As soon as I said it, they said I was wrong, and you know, I trust them that they are right.
You know,
so.
Okay, all right. So this is gonna be some shade here, Dante. You know who's still in the mystery Pogchamp tournament? Do you know who's also not in the mystery Pogchamp tournament? I'm just asking some hypothetical questions here.
You know who got lucky and a sword. So
getting
lucky getting a sword.
I love you guys both, Jeff and Shady. I'm sorry.
I apologize. I do not have these opinions. Jim and Shady, these Clear Mouse's opinions are her own.
That's right. Dante, I might get kicked out of the commentary booth any moment now. I apologize. You know what? I'll make it up to you in season 11. Okay.
I'm watching Jim put an emote in chat, and Frederick is just burning.
I probably deserve that.
Well, so both runners each having a piece the other one needs. You know, a bombos for Zelga and a sword for Tiso. You know, could use that, but
Oh, yes, and of course, you know, we did, of course, got a little bit distracted the fact that, you know, Thieves Town was absolutely a gold.
stacked.
Yeah, like, because we got the King of Samaria, we got a sword, and we got a nice heart container. You know, the fact that we do have a pearl and a mirror on Tiso's side means that we don't have
Also
to
got
death
old
warp.
man.
Oh, and we got the old man rescue for a compass too. Okay, well, less exciting.
I mean, the good news now is like Tiso's gonna have that start point, and we saw on Zelga's side where you pop out at, but I don't think either one of them's gone to the back unless we've just accidentally done it in the dark.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Tiso, you know, you kind of notice every once in a while he does, you know, maybe take a little bit longer, you know, when he is not moving on a screen. Yeah, again, Insanity Entrance does take a good amount of bookkeeping. I'm not sure how much auto tracking or, I guess like help in this case that Tiso has in terms of his, you know, his own technology, but you know, it doesn't matter whether or not you have auto tracking on or not. It's still going to be quite a bit for anything. Oh,
Speaking of Frederick, though, we got the Frederick Vacation House, but it's up on the mountain today.
Frederick Vacation House that someone just storms in and just kills everybody. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, you know, but
Moon Pearl for
Zelga. That's right, but Zelga's got his mirror. Yeah, his pearl.
I mean, if you look at if the pearl's shiny enough, it could be a mirror. You know, I don't know if it's gonna take you from Dark World to Light World, but
yeah. And you know, for those of you maybe who go into Zelga's chat, you know, more frequently, you will often hear some very common Zelga phrases like, "Oh God, I'm so behind. Oh God, how long have I left this here? Is Tiso done yet?" Or rather, is the other runner done yet?
What are our outs?
Yes, that's right. Now that being said, though, you know, Insanity probably does take a little bit of whatever edge you might have, you know, just because, again, like, something's just gotta, Insanity is probably a lot more, you know, higher variance, just because you go and you make, you know, you make a decision, you know, out of the 10 different coin flips you have, and you end up picking the right one. Well, you know, that's sometimes it just takes a little bit of lucky, or a little bit of luck.
So I was hyping up that, you know, check that Zelga did, now Tiso has done, and I didn't even notice the hint until now, but Mire Area Foolish Choice, kind of interesting, but I guess it's a foolish choice unless it's a dungeon, so, you know, trying to figure this out. Oh, we're getting burned here. Thought about going back in. See, this is something you're gonna have to track. You've got pseudo boots, you can't bonk that open.
That's right.
Look how clean. Oh,
I know.
Zelga's bomb escape is absolutely incredible.
That's as if he is, you know, played in the 2021 main tournament for many races. He got pretty far in that. I don't remember actually how far he got. Top 8, top 4.
He was top 4 in that one.
Okay, yeah. So, and that entire tournament was standard, standard start.
Standard hard.
Yeah, standard hard. And so he got a lot of practice with bomb, with bomb escape.
Indeed, a lot of escape practice as well. So we see Right Side Desert, just a bottle.
I don't think we found Sick Kit yet, have we?
Have like, not, but that's our first one. So that's good information to have. All right, so we are going to Mirror. We're going to check Mimic Cave. I think Tiso did this as well. Oh, so that's interesting, right? To left side Hyrule Castle. Oh, this is another one of those gotcha entrances. You want to go back in? Oh, nice.
Sanctuary?
Imagine entering Sanctuary. Who does this?
Wow, man. Can't believe these guys both started even in Link's house for both of them, too. All right, so right now, at least Zelga has kind of evened himself up just a little bit to Tiso. He finally ended up getting the pearl after a bit more of a delay. And I think really the only thing that he's kind of missing, like the big thing, is that sword that Tiso found in Thieves Town. Oh, I guess in Samaria, but I mean, you know, they're in the same location.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, we're hitting the 47-minute mark right now, and there's just so much to do.
I know, yeah. It's like the action literally doesn't stop here in Insanity.
All right, so is gonna head back to. Let's see. Does he go back in here? Maybe he's done it. I think they must have gone in that already because both of them deciding to not walk back into that connector. This is hard pull, Clear Mouse.
Okay,
it's hard
right.
pull.
We try to get a bottle. We try to get a bug net. For free, even no less, but unfortunately.
New and exciting information.
I don't think we've actually seen any grade 20 so far. I guess maybe we just haven't stumbled upon anything that would have been an upgrade. Or maybe we're just not that far yet. But I guess we haven't actually found any shields either. So, you know, that's certainly like a pretty faster indication because you probably just pick up these random shields somewhere. All right, but speaking of
yeah, Zolga's about to head into Thieves Town here, gonna get the sword, gonna get the cane. At this point, like, you got to think about it. When you get this information, when do you decide, okay, what's my connector back to Ice Palace? Like, I know we can't beat it, but I kind of, you have to wonder, just with what we've seen so far, is there progression in some of the chests that we can get to? But Tiso here going to get the goal finally, and I think going to be able to mirror check the top of the castle. Pedestal goal.
Yeah, and I think so. I can't remember where Zelga picked up his cape, but I'm not sure in this case he can actually go in. Oh, well, okay. See, I think this is also okay. Tiso does not auto track. I think that's also just like proof because he has a cape and it's not marked on his tracker. All right, so you can go get everything up here in the higher castle entrances.
Well,
just kidding. I forgot it's insanity.
All right, so we do see Bonkrok's $20 for Zelga. Going to be able to come back out where he went in. This should be a ladder mode, shouldn't it? Insanity,
yes,
pedestal, key sanity.
Yeah.
I think that would go really well. There would be no discussions.
If it's one thing that I've observed by this community is that it seems like nobody ever has any opinions about anything. They literally just, it's like something's presented to them, they're just like, yep, that sounds good, and then they just move on. That's exactly what I've seen every single time, regardless of how the magnitude of the issue that's been brought up. Although I will say though, for Mystery Pogchamp, so Zelga, of course, one of the not immediate defending champions, of course, of Mystery Pogchamp. He was the winner of season 8. He was quite nice when he created the weights. Literally in his note said that, you know what, you get a 50% chance of starting boots. If not starting boots, you get starting pseudo boots because I love you all. And I think that was one of the best things that happened to Mystery Pogchamp.
I'm glad someone read his document, because usually the runners don't read anything as far as what the weights are.
Well, so I mean, okay, so as a runner, you're not allowed to read the weights, right? But as an observer, I believe I will not get penalized if I read the weights.
I guess that's true.
Yes. I mean, but honestly, like, we haven't found the boots yet. We don't have we did find the fire rod.
Boy, you love to see it.
Wow.
That's an interesting find, because now you've got 2 more checks just right here.
That's right.
Waiting.
Yeah. How convenient. Literally right next to roller rope.
So here's a question. Like, do we go? Oh, he went the right way. That's a different question.
This is why Zelga is season 8 champ. He remembers these things. He knows how to play the game.
Do you continue, Clear Mouse? Do you continue and move on further through Turtle Rock? You have 2 small keys. You have found the back, or do you just kind of write off Chain Chomp Room right now until you think about going the long way or finding another entrance? He's gonna mirror, so I guess that is gonna be his plan. No, he is going in. Okay, never mind. He debated me.
Nope. Oh, no.
I was fooled.
Yeah. I mean, and Zelga, he honestly, if you I guess we don't have. Oh, I guess maybe it's not boss shuffle. I think that's what he was looking for. In Swamp Palace. Okay, well, speaking of we literally just got back to Ice Palace. I was gonna say though, honestly, if you stumble upon Zelga's stream and you see not keys on his stream, you might wonder whose stream you're actually playing in. Zelga, I think he probably has played entrance at this point for like 99.9% of his streams.
We do have
keys,
Ball Shuffle.
Oh, we do have Boss Shuffle. What was
Indeed, because he has got Helma marked for Ice Palace. So that is an interesting piece of the puzzle.
Oh, you're right. We can actually see on his tracker. You know what? Let me see if I can enhance that. I need my Helma swords. Helma swords. I need my Helma swords, you know, front and center. I'm a big fan of Potters.
Yeah, we'll see if we get lucky with our roll. All right, Tiso going back and forth, back and forth. Oh, look at that! You did it. You got lucky. So here we are.
I did. Yes. So we see Vanilla Argus, and we see Helma, marked Nice Palace. Perfect.
Yeah, the Vanilla Argus is crucial. But as we see the normal way, I did miss the hint unless he's checking it now. Swamp Palace, something vital items. I missed the number because it was too small. Can we flip it back, please? That would be lovely. There we go. Thank you.
4 vitals. Thanks, John. His eyes are better than ours.
All right, so gonna prioritize coming back to top of the castle. Gonna go through the mid, and we are gonna be able to come back out since it's just a one entrance or one exit.
Right. Yeah.
Cave. Gonna be able to do right side as well. What do we have here? It's gonna be side of Skullwood.
Yeah, looks like we don't care, at least as of this moment. Okay, we're just back over in the Ice Rock Cave area. Actually, you know, speaking of when we're over here, you know, we did find the pearl on Magic Bat, which was certainly, you know, very beneficial. That being said, where's our hammer? Where's our glove? We still can't lift that rock for the 20 rupee cave. But the fact that we are here in Ice Palace on Zelga's side with no hammer and glove means that we're a little limited to the number of things we can do. Tisa really wishes he had the shield that Zelga has.
Yeah, we are on the struggle bus. We have got the key in Ice Palace to do Icebreaker. We have done it. You talking about lifting rocks and not able to lift that rock to get the free key. But we are going to have a chest here, and we're going to have a big chest check, I believe, because we do have that Ice Palace big. So this is 4, going to be 5 out of 8. Compass could be valuable there for Thieves Town since it is Ball Shuffle, and
that's Compass.
We're going to be able to get 6 out of 8, which is a really good clear of Ice Palace. You know, at this point, though, I think if you're Zelga, you're like, man, I really hope that there's some progression in this final piece because there's an opportunity for Tiso to make up a decent bit of time, you know, or save a bit of time, I should say, by not even diving this.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because
To be determined.
Yeah, so outside of the Swamp Palace big key, I'm not sure if I didn't think Zelda got anything else that was really, you know, like either progression or like a vital item or anything, something that's major, right? So yeah, Tiso, you know, could potentially save himself a long time, and the fact that we can't beat Ice Palace yet, you know, no hammer, no glove, maybe means that we never have to necessarily set foot in that place. Now that being said, though, Swamp Key, as you mentioned, you know, as TBD, could still lead to something, and we also don't know what our pendants and crystals are yet. Oh yeah, I mean, Thieves Town Compass, absolutely, like one of, you know, like the best compass, hands down. That's right. Thanks, Dante.
Huge. I do like Zelga's play here. We are gonna go do Dark Cross. Are gonna use that key. Maybe go to the back. We'll see how well his dark rooms are. You know, what's really hard about this room is if you got to kill every single enemy in the dark and then hope you get some progression. Imagine
trying to happen, you know, we have True Horror, no dude, you know, the little blinking square if it's enemy drop, you know, and you got no lamp. And then, you know, well, people still went through this place because they didn't know, you know, whether or not there's something supposed to be back here.
The flippers are lamp locked. That's a good find. That's going to let us check that first chest of swamp should we want to. Yeah, that's all. That's and for what it's worth, you know, there's nothing
precluding the Swamp Small Key for being in the vanilla chest. Oh my god, so good. Okay, you know what? At least he didn't use the Fire Rod on Frederick, okay? It is acceptable. He did have a key that, unfortunately, we had to give up. Some people are born with privilege. Some people are also born to have privilege taken away from them.
Some people are born with keys in their back pocket. Speaking of big
right.
keys, there's a desert big. And an eastern map.
Yeah. So the map, I mean, so the maps and compasses in this case are, you know, like pretty useful. Okay, we do know in this case we have very few Dark World maps apparently. But Pod is a crystal, so potentially we may not have to go back there. Because I think Zelga, you know, the fact that he had two, he I think got most of the items there. Looking on track, he has 3 items left, so it's probably Harmless Hellway, Helma, and Vanilla Big Key. So chances of us going back to Pod now are actually pretty low. He's got probably other things to go do.
Yeah, very true, very true. All right, so that is, oh man, that's Bumper Cave. Like, you want to make a mental note of that.
Yeah,
you want to go back and go through it. Although I don't know if you do. I think either Tiso saw the other end of it or Zelga did. It's coming at us so hot and fast. I don't know. But speaking of hot and fast, it's GT time.
It is GT time, and actually,
you know what's? This is so unfortunate for So because he has the cane, but he does not have a fire source.
You're right. Oh my gosh.
Right side.
Yeah, because he hasn't been to TR, well, main, front, whatever. And yeah, that was the fire rod and compass chest. Oh, you're absolutely right. Oh, there's a glow.
Oh, but he doesn't have boots.
Oh no.
I'm dead.
Oh, we so got baited. Oh, where are the blue shoes on on the new tracker? Oh. Hilarious. All right, mark it off. 2 things now to go back to. We got King's 2 when we come back with real boots, and then we got GT Torch for that glove. Maybe it's Mitts, honestly, but we'll see.
You never know.
You never know. You're right. You don't know. I mean, we're almost at the hour mark. We still no hammer. We do have 1 glove in sight, but no boots. So we're still searching.
The one thing you got to be very excited about, though, we are an hour in, and with no boots, we have the pseudos, and with insanity, we have the flute. So it's a little more tolerable.
Oh yeah, for sure. No. I was even thinking like that was actually one of the really nice quality of life improvements. You know, I do understand. You know, okay. There has been no controversy. You know, no other things stirred up about starting pseudo boots.
We're gonna beat a dungeon.
Oh my gosh, do you think there's gonna be a bow back here? I'm thinking that even if Zelga has a regular bow, the fact that he did find the fire rod is, and he has half magic, it's probably going to be his weapon of choice. Although, you know what? It doesn't matter because there's a helmet back here as well.
Yeah. All right, chat. Since we're waiting on a Gamba to resolve. Tell us in chat, is this going to be a pendant or a crystal? What do you think? Is it one of our 3 pendants we need, or is it going to be a crystal? Let us know in chat what you think it's going to be. Also good on Zelga to actually remember that he has the compass, and he checked before, because there's nothing else back here except for the dungeon prize and whatever the boss is, right? So, and Zelga does not have everything to be able to guarantee he can kill the boss, right? He would have a hook shot. We don't have an ice rod, although killing Trinex at this point is kind of scary. But the fact that he did check means that we can actually beat the boss. Didn't have to. All right, well, we are here. No, if you ever read a Nintendo Power as a kid or as an adult, whenever, you will actually learn that you do not, in fact, need the hammer in order to beat Helmasaur. You can, in fact, I believe the recommended strat was actually to use bombs to break off his mask versus the hammer. It was, and that is why, as a child, I did this, and this was the hardest boss in the game for me.
Amazing dancing.
I was stuck on Helmasaur for forever, but Zelga's getting it done so fast. All right, here we go. What do we got? As we enter Pod on Tiso's side, Zelga's gonna get 3 bombs, and it's the green
pendant. It's the nice green pendant. Beautiful. All right, 1 pendant dungeon on the books for Zelga. Still not a resolution for the gamble game, our channel gamble game. However, though, that is certainly 1 step closer for Zelga to secure his spot in the grand finals. Oh no!
One step closer. Okay, so So does have the CT small. We did get that in I believe that was Hyrule Castle. So gonna go into the dark here. Let's see if Castle Tower is going to play or pay out instead of play out.
Payout, dude. I watched some, so NMG League is going on right now, and whenever in this case I see both a heart and a fairy drop from those blue guards, I'm just so sad because you know that you're not getting you're not getting your fairy and turn a rock, and then I remember, you know what? It's okay, Tiso. Oh, but he gets a master sword, dude. That's huge.
He's gaming. Game is getting closer to playable.
Yeah, we only need, okay, we were so blessed earlier, the fact that we still don't have a bow means that, both Zelga and Tiso were so blessed with the mirror that we ended up getting out of logic because, I get, that's why you learn to mimic clip, so you can get, these great finds. We have, other than that, where are our boots? Where's our tempered sword? We didn't get our first sword until pretty late too.
I mean, we're kind of rolling now. We're gonna play. Hey, we found the middle of TR. Remember when I talked about like, will he go the distance?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Gonna be able to do this now.
Yeah. Again, also reminiscent of NMG. We have a little bit less health than normal, but I mean, still the fact that we are a glass cannon coming in here, that he accidentally got hit by the. You know what? They're the boots.
All right.
They're the real boots. Suddenly,
man,
we can go get the gloves as soon as Zelga finds GT.
Where was GT? I don't even know. I just saw GT, and it's like when I watch entrants to commentate it, I'm like, all right, when they walk out, I'll see where that was. Okay,
yeah,
well, it's insanity. So now what? This is where I need instant replay.
Yeah, we need some like restreamception, like it's like, you have like the regular stream and then you have like a backup stream or something like rolling.
All right, I'll stream
like
myself with like a 30-second delay.
Perfect.
We'll get everything together.
No, Tiso. Oh no, is he gonna catch himself?
He did.
Okay.
But if he loses by 5 seconds,
because of that, yeah.
Then you know exactly where it happened at.
Yeah, see Zelga taking full advantage of those boots, right? He can even bonk open the door to Crystal Roller. He doesn't have to, stop and get a bomb. Oh, there's a Harris small key. I don't think we found Harry yet, have we?
We have not, but this is even nice. Okay, so now what do? Do you go back? No, Zelga, you gotta go back in.
Oh, I don't know. We're taking a chance. Maybe this won't spit him out. Oh, look!
Oh my god!
Look at him. He just
got a hint
and then
about 5 items, and I don't know how to tell, but maybe they knew this specific one was that hype cave.
Oh, maybe. All right, 3 out of 4 chest turns. Not bad. Alright, he's also finding his way to Swamp. He does not have the flippers from Dark Cross. I think he decided to. He did certainly the back, like the front of Escape, but he did not go back to Dark Cross. I think also because he didn't have the Hyrule Castle small key from the back of Pod, because I think he just did the front, and so like probably just less incentivized to go do that. And he doesn't have a lamp, right? So
yes,
I understand they're doing a lot of stuff out of logic, but I mean,
dude. So go to the boss. Go to the boss. You can do it.
We can do it.
You could probably beat it. We don't know if we can do it, but he doesn't know it's ball shuffle. Like, that's the fun part.
Oh, you're right. Totally forgot about that. Wait, does he have a small key? Oh, okay, his tracker says right now, he's like on-screen tracker says that he has no small key, so does that mean he can't get to the boss?
No, so he opened the door.
He did. Okay, gotcha. Must have just missed that part. Okay. Oh, but we're gonna go all the way to the front here. Maybe
and Zelga's at GT.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so.
Oh, he's gonna do the right side, and then he's gonna come over and do the left side, and he's gonna actually be able to get his boots.
So I'm gonna leak some very classified information.
All right.
That there's
NDAs.
There's a person who told me that, quote unquote, and it may have been in a semi-public space, that Zelga's going on another tear in this tournament. And he's in a good spot here to continue said tear, because he's about to get a glove. He's got 1 pendant, and, a good spot. Obviously, nothing's set yet because Insanity can do Insanity things, but things are really looking good for Zelga right now if you're in that camp. However, going to get the boots as well. So now Tiso going to be looking pretty, or sitting pretty here in just a bit. Going to go back, and he knows that glove's there. Zelga still doesn't know about the glove.
if Tiso goes all the way to the front of TR, like what he's doing, I mean, he's gonna get his fire rod.
Oh, he's already got the fire rod.
No, he's already got.
Yeah, he's gonna mirror from here.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be great. Yeah. I think he's gonna go back to GT pretty. I mean, oh my god, assuming he lives.
I'm a little scared,
dude. I mean, it's man, just NMG nightmares. All right, it's just like this is exactly what happens. You go into chomps, and you just like 1-2, and then suddenly you're just dead. I mean, he lived because he got lucky because he had 9 hearts to start with, but like, holy cow, that's how fast you can lose your life.
All right, red boomerang here. Encompass just another sword.
All right, that's
evening the playing field. Do you go to the ice boss here? The answer is yes. Zelga's doing it.
Yeah.
I say you figuratively, obviously, like, you know, because I want to know what good runners do, and Zelga, I would say, is a good runner.
Yeah, he's pretty dang good at this game. Yeah, as expected though, Tiso with the boots and the fire rod, he's gonna basically, you know, beeline it back here to GT. He did get some. He tried to get this really nice prize, but unfortunately he could not.
All right, what is this boss gonna be in Ice Armos? I'm a little shocked that Tiso is just bailing out now. I guess
interesting. Because yeah, he does have the fire rod.
What a gambling gamer.
I guess where else does he want to go that he thinks is going to be higher priority?
All right, there's Zelga's first bottle in Bob's chest. And what do we have on ice today? Oh, Jeebus.
Well, we have Cape, and Zelga got half magic from Spec Rock Cave. And he has a red potion.
Oh, God, use it now.
I'm scared.
Just do the spammy slash, you know, the baby strats. We need the baby strats ASAP.
Yeah, this is on ice too. Dude, what's gonna even happen to phase 2? Assuming we get to phase 2. I'm just gonna run out of magic here real quick.
He'll be fine, but he's got some red juice, the apple juice.
Apple juice?
He's got apple juice. Gonna carry. Oh, I'm scared.
Oh my gosh.
He's nowhere near dying, but I'm gonna start screaming.
Are you sure he's nowhere near dying? Because he really looks close.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Trust me, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Doing some entrance thing. He's doing the insanity entrance. But I'm focused on this enemizer over here. Oh
no, Zelga. By the way, yeah, good to Zelga's proving that the 4 eyes are just merely there for spectacle. They don't actually do any damage. Very well done though on Zelga's side. Holy, anything on ice. That bot that Navigator was so fortunate, by the way, to go find Encompass Room before coming here. Nice Berta.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh my gosh, dude! Imagine having to do that fight on that fight on Fighter's Sword. I don't even know if you could. Is it even possible?
It's possible. I've done it. It's
okay.
Early doors days. Story time with Dante. Early doors days.
Okay.
There was a standard start that someone generated, and it was pot shuffle. And all you had was a fighter sword, 3 hearts, and a prayer. And the first thing you did was walk into Bob's room and drop down the fighter sword Vidi.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it was a grand time because somebody told me this is not doable, and I said hold my beer, and it took me a while, but I did it. So
congrats, dude. That sounds like you should get. You know what? Like, maybe we can EAify this game, right? Get some achievements here. I mean, obviously we don't have a centralized server or anything, but I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool, right? Like get some of these trophies. Sure. Fighter, ice vitreous fighter sword, 3 hearts.
Cold stare, 3 heart.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have fighter sword, no boots.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Pendant Swamp. I think I saw something in chat about that earlier, but that is confirming everything. Between the 2 runners, we know the info now.
Oh, what was our 3rd pendant then? I might have missed it because we saw one for Swamp, we saw one for Desert. Oh, actually looks like
sick kid.
Yeah, actually looks like
Eastern.
Zelda has marked. Yeah, it's Eastern. Oh, look. All right, this seed might, just break Zelga's spirit, the fact that we have to double dip Eastern and the fact that he had to go in there, but you know what, to be fair, he was embodying the spirit of Will with Bunny reviving, so maybe it's not, quite the I have to go double dip Eastern.
I mean, there is the other option in the Will emote, or Lost, and they might have been lost at the time because Insanity, I always
Insanity, yep, that's true, it is Insanity. All right, so the flippers are gonna. It looks like Zelga's gonna finish up the flippers check. He might end up going to Zor. I don't know. Okay, it looks like he's gonna do
you can always
regardless.
flute back. You could flute back.
Oh, true. Good point. Okay, all right, we found Uncle. Two items here.
All right, where is Tiso headed now? Got to be back to CAC. Looks like we're going to the refill hut. Oh, big key over to G. No, dude.
Well, we do know there's a bow up there, but I guess maybe
wish.
we don't need a bow for the scene.
I wish. No, we do. We need one. Oh, the hammer.
Oh, holy frick, dude, that's the hammer. We have. Oh my gosh.
I want to go back to GT so bad right now. You have no idea. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 52.
Right, we need a bow for Eastern. How could I forget Zelga EP dippable? Oh no, Shady. Sorry, Shady EP dippable. How could I forget that emote? I mean, well, like we did get a hint that there's a bow on top of GT. I mean, Dan, is that like we've obviously seen both Zelga and Tiso be capable of mimic clipping? Is that where he's going?
I mean, man, I would do left side GT first, okay? And if I come out of here with enough keys, then I swear I'm mimic clipping. I know what I can do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mimic clip. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna get my bow, and then I'm probably gonna cry when I run into a Trinex halfway and not get my bow. But I'm gonna do it.
I forgot that there's a boss up there. There's actually two bosses up there, but yes, like there can absolutely be a Trinex because of boss shuffle in the landmost 2 spot. That could definitely prevent you from going further, or an Argus even for that matter, right? Because you know what? We found an Ice Rod.
Meyer Small. So is going to find his hype cave here. Nothing of value here, if I remember. So, all right, we are going to forego the map room.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to spend the key right now because it is logically locked by all 4 wild small keys out there, and it's just one check, right? So.
It's one check. How bad could it be?
Yeah, exactly. It surely can't be anything important in there. Although the good news is that we can do, you said you can do GT right side first. Yes, we do need a hook shot. Pogchamp could be potentially Soul Go mode, but we know they can't be back here. However, though that being said, yeah, there could be a lot of things back here.
New entrance for Tiso, but a bust.
Yeah, and Zelga's gonna be able to check the GT big chest as well here with that GT big key. I mean, I assume the reason why he came back here was for just to clear out the rest of GT, and maybe including the climb.
Yeah, I was enticed by that big chest only just because of, I need a, as Magnet Hands would say, a wild boy play against these great runners. So but the hammer, that's why I wanted to come here so bad. It's just, there's so many items.
Yeah, we definitely really see kind of Zelga. You mentioned before with some of that semi-classified anonymous information, anonymous pug maybe. That Zelga's been going to go on a tear. He has really pressed his advantage so far. Finding a lot of really good progression in quick succession, and he also has as you mentioned before, like the pendant. One pendant up on Tiso as well. We're not climbing. Zelga does not. Man. If only there was some sort of, I don't know if they're ever going to do this, but if they implement some sort of, map check on GT to figure out what the bosses are, upstairs. I don't know if that's possible even, but it would be pretty cool.
How many things do we need to add in to make our lives better for this randomizer? I mean, we add so much. We add so much, and I'm thankful for every last bit of it. But when is enough enough?
So there was a book that really spoke to me, especially as a child. It's called "If You Give a Mouse a Cookie," and you know what? I have lived by that.
Well, so we learned where your gamer tag came from. All right, perfect.
Yes. But of course, the lesson is that obviously certainly be very grateful. I personally am very, very grateful. All of the devs, basically for doing everything on this randomizer. I mean, even like the whole Compass's show with the bosses randomizer, that was huge. It was a huge quality of life.
Oh, we're not beaten.
We are not beaten this dungeon. It is a crystal. We are so close. We could. Oh, you know what? Tiso might win the prediction.
Yeah, he's in the back. Yeah, all right.
And he doesn't know it's boss shuffle, or potentially boss shuffle, right?
This is a massive swing in the Gamba right now because, Zelga was like on a tear right there. I'm gonna use that term again. Like he was in the boss room and then shot down. This could be an Argus too, and if it is, I'm actually going to pass away.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of though, you talked about coming back.
Oh look, we need a bow.
Lambos. It is a bow. Tiso, you're using the wrong weapon. Although granted, I'm looking at what he has on his inventory. I'm not really sure if there's a better item that he could use at the time.
Welp. All you folks who voted for Tiso, congratulations. Thank you for playing. All you who voted for Zelga.
Oh, but Tiso actually knows that it's a pedestal goal because he read.
He does.
Goal.
Yeah, he does know. We see a 5/6 up at Hera.
Okay.
We are going to get one more chest here.
Yeah, and I just don't think we've seen Pyramid, like no one's come out of Pyramid, right? And Pyramid Fairy entrance. At least I don't remember. They could have, but it could be something of relevance.
Another big key, Thieves Town.
Oh, that is a pendant, correct?
I mean, let's talk about this, right? Like, what if you go through all these crystal dungeons for like these breadcrumb trails just to get a bow so you can climb GT and like in enough GT smalls to climb it, and then say get the swamp small up in the top of you know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So when mimic clipping could have just saved your life here and now.
Mimic clipping got us a mirror that we're still not supposed to have. Is mimic clipping also going to get us our bow that we're still not supposed to have either? I think it's gonna be hilarious if we actually don't have a bow, like the intended bow, and we just ended up mimic clipping everywhere.
It's true. All right, so Tiso about to get the bad news about Rock. Now there is an entrance. This is kind of interesting. So the thing to keep in mind, what did we say? Let me check my pin here. 5 crystal GT entry.
Oh, you're right.
That is an entrance, and it could be important.
I did forget about that. Yeah, you're right.
We haven't found Hera. That could be vital.
Yeah, and Hera is also a pretty quick dungeon as well. I mean, so at least on Zelga's side, I'm going to assume that Tiso has some combination of these keys, but we have the big key and the small key. So if we ever do find it, it's going to be a full clear.
All right, so Crystal 1 for Zelga.
One. Imagine, not Hera potting in 2024. Looking for that hook shot. Dude, we can't even... Well, okay. If the hook shot is in Swamp Palace, we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to dig up some old, 2022, 3 tech maybe. Gonna actually like flip the switch in Swamp Palace, drain the water.
Now this is gonna be a little bit of time for Zelga. Tiso gonna maybe go to the back here. We do see that Argus is actually the boss of Swamp. I think he already had that on his tracker, but did check that again. But
yeah,
he's still gonna actually beat the boss here. Just a fire shield, the correct shield.
You mean a fire shield would be very helpful if you're fighting, let's say, blind in any arena? Just a thought. Hypothetical situation.
All right, so headed to back of desert in the overworld. That's going to take us here. We're going to pop back out. Going to be back on the mountain. And Tiso going to go to Dark Pod. This is going to give us, I think this is going to give him his Hera Big. It is.
Oh yeah, that's right. And actually, yeah, he might be more incentivized now to go to at least Dark Cross. Still no lamp in our sights, but the fact that he will have the Hyrule Castle small key from back here means that and at this point, his equipment it's pretty buffed up.
Right.
He's got Master Sword, half magic fire rod. I'm sure he's more than capable of getting back there.
Well,
thank you, thank you, person, to show us this great tracker.
Yeah, looking here like. In depth of what we got. Still missing an Eastern Big, missing that nice 0 at the Swamp Palace for the small keys, which Zelga does not know yet as we get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Looks like that was Magno. Kind of peeking in on Zelga's chat, so thanks, Magno. Thanks also to Lizzie and Teal Borealis for doing all of the other, map ones, and Onishun. Man.
There's our swamp map
Oh,
for
so close.
Zelga.
So close. Because I saw Swamp Palace and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, we saw this on
Oh, that's right. We saw this on
side,
Tizo's
but
side.
now he's
Wait,
gonna
really?
have this info potentially. You know, if
Right, right.
Zelga decides to do another map check.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, actually, we picked up the green pendant from Desert, right? We have not found Saha in our travels yet, right?
We have not. So
Yeah, so
3
that's
items
before
plus the
green
boss.
pendant,
Yeah.
yeah.
I say the boss. Saha's the true boss of Hyrule.
Dude, if you played NMG, I don't. So there is 0 ways that we can mash through his text faster. I think he is the final boss because all the other boss, you got strats to try and make that fight faster. You got nothing, you know, from Saha, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Right, so Tiso gonna decide to, instead of doing the boss, going to check the vanilla big key chest, which is 6 key lock. Decides to do that, gets a piece of heart. Meanwhile, Zelga entering Thieves Town, no small key, but we can complete this. We could just go straight to the boss too. It is a Vidi, as we just saw.
Yes. And Zelga's got so much practice from that ice Vitreous that he fought. Surely this will just be, you know, easy breezing, caping, you know, for him. We do not have the small key, which means that it looks like he is actually going to go straight to the back regardless. I guess we're going to leave the...
Which do you want to leave?
Yeah,
because
that's actually
you
gonna be a good
literally
question now.
you could steal the key and leave the attic, and then gamble on big chest since you're going to go down there potentially for another one as Tiso enters the back of desert to get his green pendant here in just a bit.
Man, suddenly, like, you know, this type of scenario really doesn't, you know, come up very often, but I guess, you know, in this specific case, right, where you don't necessarily beat the boss because it is a crystal and your goal is pedestal, you actually have a choice, you know, which one in this case you want to do. Okay, we found Ether. Looks like Zelga is... Oh, no, he doesn't have... You know, see, this is why Zelga's so much smarter, at least than me, because he remembers he doesn't even have to bomb the attic. He doesn't even waste that time.
It's true. The other thing to consider, Jim bringing up an interesting point in chat, that there's an opportunity for Logical Enemizer to be in play here. So the small key could, in theory, be on the boss. Kind of funny. Quoting Jim, I agree. The other thing to consider here, we just saw the hint say 2 vital items inside of Mire. That's another dungeon I don't think we've seen. Could be up at GT.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, looks like Tiso is going to make his way back to Darkross, using the Master Sword as his guide. So he's going to pick up his flippers, and then that's when he's going to go to the back. And there's another big key back there that I don't remember. Maybe Thieves Town?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out shortly.
All right, flippers here for Tiso, as the prophets foretold.
Okay, Ice Palace map that we've already beaten. Good stuff. All right, well, it looks like Zelga's gonna skip out on the big chest, and we're gonna go and beat another crystal. But you know, as you did point out earlier, the fact that we do have GT entry as 5 crystals, probably in this case maybe, you know, tips the favor a little bit and try to beat the boss, even though it might take a little bit of extra time. You know, but just because, you know, maybe we actually do need that GT entry, right? And then having another crystal is gonna be beneficial.
Very true. All right, back of escape for Tiso. Gonna get his desert big.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, well, you know what?
I said he
yeah.
was beating that, and he went in. Interesting.
Yeah, well, now he knows for sure that he can actually go back now. Zelda. All right, we've got the hammer now. We've actually seen that those eyes, you know, are just there. The small ones I meant. You can't ignore the big one.
No ice. I'm not scared.
That's right. Yeah. All right, not quite the small key that we were looking for. I think it is a little bit funny though that it can be. Oh man, if it was a small key, would you go back in for the big chest? I guess you would, right? Or maybe not.
I would, and I would be mad.
Fair.
Because if I didn't do it then, I'd never do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, obviously they're tracking better than we are. I hope. But oh, that's a smart play from Zelga. The mirror, as you exit out, he's gonna be able to open this and actually go inside it. I'm not sure if this is like in logic to do, but I like the play here.
Dude, I mean, you know, there's an emote out there, right? Zelga be doing the cross keys. I mean, just tack on any, you know, qualifier to that, description to that, you know, cross keys, insanity, retrance, you know, whatever. Like this is Zelga.
Oh, it's a
Ooh,
two-item
yeah.
cave. Oh no, it's the Thieves' Small.
Are you going back? It literally is right here. Would you go back? I guess you can't.
You can't go back in. I mean, it's not here.
Oh, it's so close and it's so far away. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He is. Sometimes, you know, you're too smart for your own good. You know, if literally you had never thought of doing that, we would have been none the wiser about the Thief's Small Key.
Yeah.
Alright, Helmosaur's down for Tiso. Walked over to go get the prize, the center of the dungeon. And that is, we are all tied up on pendants. As we are approaching crystal number... Okay, let me look at Zelga's tracker here. This looks like crystal number 3. 2 more to go to enter in GT entrance. Zelga, for some reason, still does not have the bow. Thoroughly disappointed in his choice of weaponry. At least use the ice rod, Zelga. Okay, like, you know, you are here in front of an audience. It's okay. Well done on Zelga's side. I'm not sure actually we've seen the big chest on desert on Zelga's side either. We could have actually just gotten a 6 out of 6. I should have paid attention. But that is a GT compass. Not going to be entirely useful because right now the GT compass does not still show us what the bosses are, but at least it'll let us count along for whenever we decide to go back there. We are still, you know, the whole we're going to mimic clip at the top of GT, you know, is still very much on the table. Just saying. I want to know where the lamp is and where our actual bow, like the logical one we're supposed to find from somewhere, because at this point the mirror that we got from Pod Right Side, which is bow locked, still hasn't shown up, but we've had that mirror for, you know, quite some time at this point. I'm not even sure at this point what things have been mirror locked, but it probably is worthwhile to try and figure that stuff out, maybe, because, I mean, we certainly still need a bow, because Eastern's a pendant, you know, so we have to go find it eventually, so maybe all this stuff is going to be in logic, but I am kind of curious to see when we're actually going to get this one bow. And certainly contrary to what I want to believe, we already know that the bow is not an Eastern. Speaking of though, yeah, close to Eastern, we found Saha and Tiso's side. Oh, you know what is the bikini Eastern? Oh my gosh, it's the mist, dude. Where the heck was this? No, Tiso, did he talk to the guy? Did he turn in his green pendant? Okay, I'm just gonna hope that he actually did, but I don't remember seeing him talk to the dude. Just got a little copium. You know what? The bow could still be vanilla. I totally forgot about that. Maybe my dreams can still actually come true. But I don't think Tiso's gonna go back to Eastern anytime soon after those myths. Dude, I really hope that he actually did, like, talk to Saha and turn in his green pendant prize, and I just completely missed it. Because if he actually didn't, that would be kind of scary. It has not been the first time when someone thought that they did something in a race, and then turns out they did not. Oh god. Thanks, Gem. I'm so scared. Okay, you know what? Let's just turn up your hopium, you know, in your copium meters. It's sure. You know what? Hey, look, there's our lamp. I can't believe the lamp actually finally showed up here, of all places. Like an hour and a half in after you've been through like countless dark rooms at this point. Alright, so actually remembering, I think Hookshot Cave, because this was the one of the first... Okay, you know what? We should always remember Hookshot Cave. Excellent demonstration of why that first chest is within logic with the real boots. I cannot believe that there's an actual hookshot here. Oh my gosh! Well, the tick has gone slightly maybe back to Zelga for finding an actual required item. Certainly need that for Swamp. Certainly we can actually go beat Turtle Rock for at least try the Trinex boss. Zelga might end up doing that. He knows that Argus is vanilla, you know, for Swamp. Oh no, I guess we still need the Swamp Small. But that is certainly at least something that he can. That's one step closer to what he needs. All right, Batiso, meanwhile, man, Batiso is actually finding like a. I mean, he's found. Obviously, he's found Eastern Bicky, which Zelga still needs to go get. But you know, okay, thanks, Jem. Okay, this is what he meant by Hype Cave. Is Zelga gonna also talk to the Green Pendant dude as well? If both of them don't talk to Saha, I'm going to be just flabbergasted. What? Do these guys know something that I don't know? Or that we don't know? Like, do we get a hint or something that Saha is nothing? I'm speechless. I am absolutely. I don't know what's happening. Maybe. You know what? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna trust that Tiso and both Zelga probably have seen something, you know, in their travels, that they know something about Saha. Alright, we have our third Vitreous on top of Hera. Gonna be another crystal, one step closer for Tiso in order to open up GT. Castle Tower Small 2. That's right. Tiso found this earlier with the lamp. So now we can actually climb Aga Tower for reals. At least, actually Zelda might have some more incentive to go back there just because we did see that that's where Tiso found his Tempered Sword. Or at least that's where A Sword is. But with that hook shot, I don't know if Zelda wants to actually go beat Argus at the Trinex spot. And then because that would also be another crystal for him to get, and then he can also open up the GT entrance. Hera and Meyer. Okay, Zelda. I don't think Zelda knows. Yeah, I don't think we've actually stumbled upon the bomb shop yet, maybe, or at least Zelda didn't mark it on the. Then he didn't mark the other 5/6 crystal. But at least Tiso now knows this as knowledge. Now, you're sitting there with the Eastern Palace Big Key. I think I know the answer for Zelga. But at what point would you consider going back to Eastern to see, in this case, if you can get the one item that could be a bow? Zelga also spending his due diligence. He is going to get a heart piece here. And I think if this is hard mode, that might be it in terms of health, right? Everything else is going to be green 20s after that. I think hard mode is capped at 14, so we're just going to be a little bit more incrementally richer, 20 rupees at a time. Alright, so now, man, the question I think, at least for Tiso, is that when do you try and go back to Hookshot Cave? Because, I mean, you know, granted, like, it is only one check that we did see on Zelga's side, and I know that they found, between the two of them, they certainly found both, both entrances. Tiso's found at least one. It might be kind of, you know, maybe it's on the way to something, but yeah, he definitely, and I think with the hookshot, Tiso has then a lot of incentive to kind of go back to GT. At least do the right side because it'll be in logic, or sorry, the left side. And then, do you decide to try Mimic Clip? We saw Tiso and Zelga do a pretty, you know, competent job of being able to get out of pod right side. You know, just a couple more Mimic Clips to go in order to go get that bow. And we do know that Ice Rod is in Stalfos room at GT, so I think we're actually pretty much set then for things that we can go do. Oh, Tiso needs the hammer. Does he have the hammer? You know that things are desperate when someone here is checking catfish. Oh, but it's a small key too? Ooh. Maybe the Tri-Argus has something. PSA, this is why we don't hook speed out of this place. I mean, you know, it's a PSA in general to never actually come to catfish because, you know, it's catfish. But if you're going to be in this situation to begin with, don't make it worse. Just walk out. It's just much easier that way. We have... This is a peg goal, by the way. We knew this, you know, pretty early on. We have one pendant, and I think we're trying to get like our, I don't know, like 5th crystal at this point. We don't have the Meyer big key, so Zelga can at least finish the dungeon. We can certainly get a lot of stuff out here, and of course, you know, we still can get, in this case, the big key can just be sitting here in his own dungeon. The fact that Zelga says he has 2 Meyer Smalls here means that we still can't get, logically, what's on the right side for Meyer, but I don't necessarily think he's gonna care. He just wants some stuff. And yeah, that Swamp Small at this point can be, you know, in many places. Zelga using the aforementioned speed tech to being able to shoot the fire rod through moving blocks. In case you guys didn't know that, that does actually save you some, you know, some good block pushes, you know, in order to try and light these torches faster. I've seen it used in the vanilla NMG speedrun, so story definitely checks out. Now, Zelga can remember the hint. That's here. This is why Zelga's so smart. Man, I really wish we were counting vital items in pod. Somehow Zelga has also amassed all 6 keys to pod. I mean, I think that was all through the course of, you know, his travels, but man, we have a lot of options now, like, because, you know, we can go back and beat, well, Argus at the Trinex spot. You know, we do have all 4 TR keys, so it's now, you know, in logic. We have all 6 pod keys. We have the lamp. Oh, you know what? We can't beat Helma, though, because we don't have a bow. Never mind. Where's our bow? I kind of half expected something to be here in Meyer. Oh, actually, Meyer... oh, well, that's a vital item, right? I think we got both vital items, is that right? We got a TR key and we got a swamp key. Those are counting? Those are the ones that count? Bugnet, I assume, does not count as vital. Yo, Dante?
So did we... I see in chat, I see the word go and mode.
Yes, I believe we are in well, we are in no mode in that we know where a bow is. If looking at so Zelga decided he found Meyer and he got both vital items, which was 1 TR key and 1 Swamp Small key. Hey, Dancy, you will never guess where the hookshot is, or was. Zelga decided to go back to Hookshot Cave.
Oh my god.
And he decided to, check that one first chest that you could bob to, and guess where that, you will never guess what's
so
there.
It was in the second chest. You hovered to it? It was beatable only?
Yes, correct. That's exactly correct.
Mm-hmm. It was hoverers only, since we need it for this.
Imagine this actually being a hover, a hover mimic clip seed. I mean, I can't because we have, we have Eastern as a dungeon that we have to go beat, but the fact that we know where a bow is. I mean, if a bow doesn't show up here, I mean, are you just clipping?
I kind of, yeah, I mean, I am. If I'm Zelga, I definitely am. But you have everything you need to beat a boss, especially with Hook now. So like, it doesn't matter what boss were to show up. I would be all over that.
Maybe we'll that'll also push Tiso over. Yeah. So by the way, they found Saha, and that's where the mitts were, and the Eastern Palace big key. But by the way, do you happen to remember if there was a hint saying anything about like the green pendant item turn-in?
I haven't seen one.
Okay, so both Tiso and Zelga did not talk to Saha. Like, I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Oh, there's hammer for Tiso.
Oh,
so that's
okay,
good for him.
all right. He was actually missing the hammer. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now, okay, yeah, that was a pretty big bottleneck for Tiso. So this actually might drive him back to GT. What he really needs to do is go to Hookshot Cave with the boot.
Indeed.
Okay, ownership. Okay, there was an actual green pendant hint. Like, I mean, I trust Olga and Tiso. I just don't remember seeing the hint.
I'd hit it anyway because I would have forgot by now with Insanity entrance.
Yeah. Oh, right. Actually, so that's right. We get a hint for Swamp Palace that the left side had like some money and then also a Skullwoods big key. So that's one of the vital items, right? I had not seen if we got anything else.
Do you go get that though? Like, man, I guess you don't because like once you beat this boss, you're out of here.
Yeah, that's true. It does make me wonder. I mean, you know, the fact that we have everything that we need in order to beat any boss, you know, within our paths. I mean, I want to know.
Oh yeah.
I want to know where this boat actually is. Yeah, we found the lamp at like an hour 30 in Mini Moldorm Cave. That was also, you know, after Mitz, which is pretty hilarious. All right, really nice ice rod kill here for phase 2 on Zelga's side.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a really fun 2-part clip of Zelga doing Fire Rod Argus. Yes, it is possible, apparently. When you don't have a sword.
Oh yes, it is 100% possible.
All right, second pendant down for Zelga.
Well, as we have 2 pendants out of 3, I want to remind you guys tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, daylight time, I guess, since you know time changes are a thing. We are going to have another mystery Pogchamp race here on this channel. Going to be between Willard and Skelly. Going to be on the losers bracket side, but it's going to be another one you don't want to miss. So hope to see you guys tomorrow for that.
Oh yeah, that should be one heck of a matchup. All right, Tiso's finishing up Ice Palace. Yeah, but the hammer I think kind of late was a really it was unfortunate. But I mean, this is kind of just how Insanity sometimes goes for him, or go for people in general.
In general, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think like the fact that Tiso is gonna save a little bit of time over Zelga just because Zelga had to come in here earlier, didn't really find much. And the Swamp Palace big key that we found in what, Ice Tea or something like that led to oh man, I already missed it. Mire Big. So I mean,
Yes.
like it didn't do anything really for Zelga. It's like initially, or I mean, like, and so like the fact that Tiso didn't come here earlier and wasn't gonna hurt him. All right, maybe clip 1, a room down for Zelga.
So if you try this trick yourself, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tip. If you're wondering how come those Beamos are not firing at Zelga, and it's because this super tile has the sprite limit on it, so it cannot fire. So in the rooms prior to this, you don't want to accidentally kill anything, including powdering one of those anti-fairies, or rather that, I guess I should say, the green mimic. You don't want to kill him on the way, because then the Beamos will see you and shoot you. So you want that extra time to not get shot.
Thank you for the very informative lesson and the tip.
Mm-hmm.
I learn something every day.
The more you know, shooting star.
Yes, that's right. I don't know if either Zelga or Tiso were expected or to, you know, be mimic clipping their entire way to victory for this seed, but I mean, you know, obviously just also shows you that just because maybe something hasn't come up in a while, you know, I mean, it never hurts to, you know, be, you know, to have something available in your back pocket, right? Maybe a little bit rusty, you know, at times, but I mean, you know, we've certainly seen mimic clip pay off tremendously for this.
I mean, this tournament's had it all so far. Stupid doors, blue squares, 5-hour seeds, mimic clips to victory potentially here, and swordless, or rather silverless swordless Ganon completion.
Oh my gosh, dude!
What more
you're
could
right.
you ask for?
We have 4 Vitreouses, by the way. This is we did find the third one, I think, up in Tarapera. We found one in the Ice Armo spot, and we found the last one in Thieves Town. Third time's the charm for Zelga. He is so well practiced with this fight. Tiso,
Yeah, I mean-
honestly, like, I mean, well, you know, he got warmed up, right? I think he did probably start one of the harder fights, you know, which is Vitreous up with Tower Hera. You know, but so for all these other Vitreous fights, it should be a cakewalk for him.
Oh yeah. All right, so is actually gonna go back to right side now.
Oh yeah, I see some chattering here about yeah, so this was not to of course bring up, you know, any sore memories, you know, Dancy, but this was one that I think even like the best of runners could not probably go against Tiso, because this was, yeah, he had swordless and he did silverless Ganon. Like,
I never had a chance.
Yeah, like I mean, it really put on display how good Tiso is. I'm sorry.
It's true, Jim. It's true.
I'm sorry.
I'm just sitting here eating ice cream, watching Zelga climb GT for a bow. All right, is the bow going to be in here?
I'll get you
Bro,
for the next
what if
10 seeds.
what? Oh, I was about. Never mind. I'm stupid. I was like, what if he has the hover for it, but he's got a hook shot. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, we got 2 more chests left for this bow. Is it going to be behind the boss? What boss is this? Is it Vitreous? It is not Vitreous. Oh, is it Mothula? Oh. 7-eyed Moldorm? Oh my dude. How many eyes does Vitreous have? I think the more eyes, the better the chance we have for survival. Because, you know, there are only 7 here, and Vitreous has like, I don't know, like 18 or something.
I mean, if you're new to Enemizer, if you count Moldorm's eyes when you find him, that's how many Vitreuses there are in the seed. Except
True.
I'm totally making that up. Don't take that as fact.
Hey, look, we got a bow. It's super not logical whatsoever. We have no idea where the real bow is. I mean,
I legit want to know where the other one is.
I know. And I don't know if we have any way of figuring that out. You know what? It could be an Eastern. You know what? We're going to find out right now. Maybe Zelga will open up Eastern Palace Big Chest.
Yeah, right. You think he's going to do that against Tiso? Nah.
You're right. You're right. I mean, okay, how much extra time is it to Eastern Big Chest, right? It's like, I don't know, an extra 15 seconds maybe? Then you gotta walk down there and then like open the chest up and then you gotta maybe, you know, walk back up 10 seconds. Like if there's tempered or silvers in there, like, you know. Oh hey, look, there's a book in the map chest. That's all good to know. In GT. 5 seconds? Oh, see, 5. Okay, would you spend 5 seconds for the possibility of tempered or silvers?
All right, so if I was a sporting man, and I am, and if I were able to know, and I'm not, in Zelga's shoes, that So lost 5 seconds, you know, or so going instead of down the first time, I'd say, you know, I'll spend the 5 seconds to check the big chest as an equalizer for that. But Zelka has no way to know that, so.
Well, Kix, reminding me at least that we don't have to be Ganon. This is not the first time today, by the way, that I forgot that we didn't have to be Ganon in the siege.
Imagine like just pulling head and Ganon like popping out, and then fight happens in the Lost Woods. That's
oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe there's a magical Ganon just like waiting for a surprise. You never know.
That's gonna happen when the GT Compass actually tells us what the bosses are.
Wallkick's also a Mystery Pogchamp season winner. I want to say season 4, 5. It's some number.
An interesting season, and then the one after that, everyone blessed Wallkicks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For his weights. Well, that is going to be it for that Moldorm, as we see Tiso take on Ice Vidi. But that is pendant number 3, so we are just a little ways away from running to the pedestal.
Yeah.
And SG chat rejoiced.
Yeah, that's right. 7-eyed Moldorm, also in Eastern, by the way, as well.
I told you, that's how you know how many Vitreuses there are.
Mm-hmm. Man, if you were an ophthalmologist, you know, working here in Hyrule, like, I think you would be making, I was going to say a killing, but I mean, as Tiso takes down Vitreous, but I mean, like, I think you would be pretty set.
Indeed. So Tiso gonna get his Burna, and Zelga gonna get his goal here in just a bit.
Did I say off? I thought I said optometrist. Maybe I said ophthalmologist. I'm not sure. Yes, the eye
they
doctor.
both ophthalmologists do eyes as well. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, big GGs to Zelga, pulling the pedestal, gotten all 3. Still don't know where that bow is that we were supposed to logically get. But yeah, Zelga with this is going to advance to the winners finals. Tisa looks like he's probably keeping an eye on the race room. This is probably one of those times where he is not trying to track or think about where he's going. Probably gonna, in this case, give your GGs out in chat for Tiso as well. Very well done. I mean, this was a great race.
Yeah. Big GGs to Zelga, and Tiso hasn't forfeited yet. They're talking.
Never mind. I did not look at the race room.
But I'm assuming we'll see if they want to come in for an interview.
These weights this season have been great.
They've been
like
phenomenal.
Super entertaining to watch. I mean, obviously you might have the perspective, you know, because you're the ones actually playing the seat. But I mean, honestly, even starting out, you know, we got a starting flute, and we're like, okay, it's gonna be Insanity, you know, and then, you know, and even Insanity, you know, entrance seed, it was extremely unexpected.
All right, we got both gamers here today, Zelga and Tiso. GG's, guys.
You know, GG's, guys.
Yo, GG.
Well, starting flute, you know, I guess how are you guys feeling seeing the starting flute and knowing that, you know, we've got the dreaded Insanity yet again for you guys?
Honestly, I kind of expect it anymore. I feel like I get Insanity like every other one of these. So.
Oh God.
Sorry, Ressi. Yeah. I just play so much stupid Insanity.
Yeah, this was my first Insanity on the tourney. So I was
really?
a little bit rusty on Insanity. I think in the past year or a couple of years I've just played once, was before the start of Pogchamp with Bitlovan, because he had never played Insanity before, so I just played this one seed in the past couple of years. So I was a little scared because I'm really rusty on how to play it, but this seed wasn't that bad. Because all the connectors were pretty good, and lots of good early items like Moon Pearl and the starting flute, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you actually got that Moon Pearl fairly early in comparison to Zelga. You know, we utilized Zelga's bot apparently and moved some things around on the layout here, but we noticed that Bat was tracked. We didn't know if that was something that was kind of like outlying for Zelga at some point, but did know about it, I guess. So Zelga, tell me about that. Like, you know, there's so many things to check. You got the powder. Was that even remotely on your mind, checking that like earlier than you did?
Not even slightly. I don't even remember where powder was.
Neither do I.
Match the item. The item I can remember the item was pretty early. I felt really good with that Moon Pro and that mirror kind of early, because instead it's so volatile on where which entrance you follow, where do you want to follow on the world. So when I found that powdered pearl and that mirror, I think, okay, I'm maybe in a good shape here, because everything was gonna be so easy to route. I can go whatever I want. But then that happens, and I hadn't a clue on which dungeons were the pendants. So I just started blindly beating everything. but every time that I went to a dungeon to try to beat it, I found out it was a crystal or a boss that I couldn't beat.
Yeah, I think Zelga was pretty, I'll say, early in comparison to you. I'm not sure when you realized it was ball shuffle. I know your tracker didn't track bosses, but it was. I say it's still kind of late overall when Zelga found out that it was ball shuffle.
Yeah, the first one I checked was vanilla. I think it was Swamp was the first one I checked, and it was just vanilla Argus. So like, oh, okay, well, maybe not. But then I think I went to some dungeon, maybe it was Thieves or Ice right after, and saw that it was shuffled boss. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we found that Helma in Ice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I found only when I beat my first dungeon, which was Schoolwoods. I wanted to beat it as soon as I found the fire rod, but then I found that it was a crystal. So I mean, I don't want to beat it right now because it's just a single item over there, and I wasn't quite sure on how fast I could get on the Dark Death Mountain because I didn't track everything, every connector I had. So since it's a crystal, just gonna leave it there. When I go to the mountain eventually, I'm gonna beat it. And so when I dropped down on mountain was the dilemma that I found that was a boss shuffle. But wow, Zelga having beat Swamp as the first dungeon was pretty funny because my whole game plan was, okay, I need to find hookshot because I know that Swamp is a pendant and I can't beat Swamp without even boss shuffle or not. I need the hookshot.
Sure.
So everything I did was aiming to find that hookshot, and usually one of the first things I do when I found boots is to just get hookshot cave done. But since I knew that I needed hookshot on this seed because of Swamp, I don't want to go to hookshot cave to hover it because I need hookshot, so I won't break this logic this time. And so that's why in GT2 I didn't do the DM and skipped render room because of I just need to find the hookshot for Swamp, and I know that's a bow out of logic on the top because of a hint. So I'm gonna get that because of finding that Eastern was my last pendant. So I don't know when I was going to do that hookshot cave, having so much to do in the game.
Oh yeah,
just unfortunate.
See, Zelga was also fortunate enough to get the real boost before he found GT. So he actually bonked the glove the first time off of the torch. it was quite nice to see.
I was glad to get it, but I was at the same time like I found GT like past the hour mark at least.
Yeah, me too. I never went south, and I bunked that torch out of despair of not having the true boots.
I'm so curious where the actual real bow is because the mirror is blocked by that bow.
Jim was begging you in chat to open the Eastern big chest.
I can go back in. My credits just ended. I'm curious. I'm so curious.
I am so impressed, Zelga. This is a triple dip of Eastern. Is that what you're telling us?
I have principles. Like everyone has their rules.
Yeah.
When it's insanity, you kind of have to throw everything out the window and make absolutely insane plays, like entering Eastern Palace.
You do.
There was a
I called it
back there. So
I called it that it was just a cross keys rule, and I'm like, it's a little different for this, but
if Gannon said that it was on Eastern, had to be the big chest because I did everything there except the boss and the
boss had a small key to something. I don't.
If you skip, if Gannon said, but we can know because we never beat Gannon. What I'm saying.
yeah, I guess that's true because he'll just be like, I'm invincible, dingus.
Yeah.
Plus, I guess we're not gonna know. It's hard pull. So if you pull a green 20, we can just pretend it's the bow.
Yeah, surely it's not just another heart piece or anything.
Yeah, surely. But as Zelga pulls that, GG's to both of you guys. Let's see. This is going to put Zelga in grand finals. So Zelga's going to be nice and peepo comfy for probably a good little bit as these other races get scheduled. And Tiso's going to be pretty comfy waiting in the losers finals. Just, wins one more and gets a rematch with Zelga potentially. But you do have a little bit of time to wait, as tomorrow on this channel, we've got Willard versus Skelly at 5:30, as we had mentioned before. And then the winner of that's going to play Ninjimbro. Myself is going to be against Andy. We're going to work out a restream for that probably. Been talking with some folks since, I've been streaming on the Red Babby channel. We might make some stuff happen. And then Wall Kicks and Lockco Live are kind of waiting in the wings for winners of those. What did we just pull?
That was
We
a
pulled
300.
rupees.
All right, that's like a bow.
It's a retro
it's a
though.
rupee. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you for the science and your sacrifice.
Any final thoughts here before we start wrapping things up?
I have yet to have the dreaded blue light, and I will be so happy if I can avoid it the rest of the time. So, yeah, let's try that.
Matt, come back.
Just want to give a huge shout out to Tier and Danny for putting up the race stream. GG's Saga. Hopefully, I'll try to play against you once again on True Finals, but it's gonna be tough. The lower bracket.
Yeah,
You
GG
made
is
it
for
so
sure.
far, Tiso. Like the fact that you're here in winners finals is like,
Yeah.
I mean, like you did phenomenally well so far this tournament.
Yeah, and then I never thought that I was gonna play the finals on the upper bracket. My predictions was just a meme about the Brazilians playing this tournament, but apparently things work out pretty well for me and my prediction.
For sure, for
You're funny.
sure.
All right, well, thank you guys again. Clear Mouse, pleasure as always.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dante, for doing all of the tech stuff and all the restream. Yes, thank you so much.
It was not 4 hours. That's what's important.
Yes, I can make my bedtime tonight.
Well, chat, we're gonna go. Those of you who have stuck around, we're gonna go see Willard J. Bradley. He will be one of the runners tomorrow night. Go show him some love over on his channel. That's gonna do it for us here. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern. Take care.